Welcome back to 4QuestD4t4 News. Let's look to one of the breaking news.
A group of students of Manfredo Fanti High School in Carpi carries out a research work to support the European Union in monitoring the correct and effective use of the funds allocated to various entrepreneurial companies. In particular, the research they have chosen is based on the project La Moda Made in Carpi, and they specifically have decided to focus on the company Ulisse Fashion Art Details SRL, based in the city. To undertake this school project, they were formed by a group of experts in various fields. Our reports are in Carpi to learn about their research method and interview them.
We go now to our field reporter, Erika Coppola.
Thank you, Sara. And now, Rachele, I have a question for you. Which was the first meeting and how do you think it helped your work research?
First of all, on January the 26th, we met the journalist Davide Berti, who explained to us how to make a newspaper article, which we had to write during the second stage of our project. Thanks to him, we learned how to recognize news and understand how to develop it in the best way. And he also helped us to report it in an English language article.
And Elisa, what about the second meeting?
On January 27th, we met the Professor Giulia Ghiri, who worked for several years in Carpi's textile industry. Thanks to her, we were able to understand the history of textile sector of our city, which meant that we could reconnect the history of the Ulisse company with the historical context in which it was born.
And Nicole, can you explain how was the meeting?
During the same day, we also met Nadia Caporella and Francesca Biancani, two representatives of the ISTAT. They explained everything about the world of data and statistical surveys, and they advising us on which data to orient ourselves and carry out our data analysis.
And Silvia, how did you manage the information to realize the project?
We put into practice everything we learned together with this expert with the help of a student of statistics.
What is his name? How was he useful for your work?
His name is Alessio Ghirri, and thanks to his university knowledge, we have analyzed the relevant data of the Ulisse company and then reporting them in a statistical graph to be delivered in the second phase of our project.
Thank you, Erika. To conclude the statistical analysis, the student went to the factory of the Ulisse Fashion Art Details company, where they had the opportunity to speak directly with the owner of the company.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm Lisa. During our visit to the company, we found out how Ulisse invested the money in cohesion funds. Carpi's passion broke into overseas markets was the goal that Ulisse wanted to achieve. In fact, they registered for an European call to access the funds needed to invest in the expansion of the company, abroad with direction in particular towards France, Germany and USA. The funds received and the private ones have been mainly used in the international fairs. Ulisse participated in several fairs. Two of the most important are Munich Fabric Start Fair in Munich, where they participated in 2017, and the Enmont Fashion Fair in Paris in 2022. Thanks to the visit to Ulisse's company, we had the possibility to have the answers to our questions. But now listen to Ulisse's words.
The company was born on the 1st January 1985 as Ulisse Accessori Moda. There was his first big order worth 230 million lire. It was an order for shoulder pads from an important knitwear factory in a small town in the province of Reggio Emilia. The order was sent to a representative of Bassano del Grappa, who was initially skeptical given the importance of the order. Despite this, he decided to trust me, and by chance the production and payment process went well, and in fact from that moment my business came to life. I was fortunate that the shoulder pad trend continued to thrive for another 4 to 5 years. The shoulder pad was the accessory that projected me into a peaceful and serene future.
The entrepreneur who started a business for extreme necessity and desperation today has no rival in Italy. This is mainly due to the trust that other people have placed in him, meticulous organization, great attention to customer needs, maintaining the relationship of trust with the customer and having an important advertising job.
Each company has its own story that is intertwined between strokes of luck, strokes of skill, and strokes of ability. My knowledge comes from a sales manager from whom I learned all the techniques and secrets of the trade. I grew up in the fashion and clothing industry, so I already had a significant cultural background. I only had to put my experience and knowledge to good use. Helping the growth of my company was also a good advertising activity resulting from the international fairs, in which we participated thanks to our self-financing and European funding, which allowed us to expand our market at a European level, as well as supporting us in the moment of difficulty, such as during the COVID. Advertising and fairs is like a gear that starts working almost by itself when the company needs new customers and to expand its market. This is the reason why we decided to invest in that area. Fairs are an essential step because they are the ones that open the doors to innovation and growth, and we have decided to optimize them through the funding that has been allocated to us. In fact, the Ulisse Fashion Accessories company is now very known. We work practically in almost all over the world. It is a reality that started first at the city level, then at the provincial level, then at the regional level, then at the national level, and then at the European level, and finally we moved to work all over the world. Our customers, Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci, we work with both big and minor brands and all of the most important companies in the clothing sector. Among other things, we have Ulysses China, which is followed by one of my sons, who has nothing to do with Ulysses Europe, because they are two completely separate things. Let's say that Ulysses China works with very big brands such as H&M and Zara, just to mention other names. Let's say that by now our company is a little introduced to all the big Italian international brands, and in any case, new and interesting customers continue to enter.
In order to be able to afford a future, the company had to keep up with various trends. In fact, as the owner of the company explains, they had to open their horizons to innovations by opening Ulisse China and Ulisse Hong Kong in the 20s. The world of fashion has now moved to China, says the owner of the company, and we wanted to be in the market in order to be continuously ready with the news, with the search of what is trendy, to be the first in competition. We did it and we succeeded. Among the priorities of the company, we also find young people who give voice to new trends. The testimonials that the owner of the company has given us regarding the topical theme of eco-sustainability are also important.
The problem is that we are currently still at the beginning, so we have costs that are quite high. We propose things that have high costs, and some still tend to go back to what is a little cheaper for the moment, but all in all we have already embarked on a path which consists in relying on suppliers who, depending on the market needs, make certain eco-sustainable choices. Our research work on the matter is also important, thanks to which we see that what the problems of the moment are. Right now we want to go green by force and at all costs, so it is obvious that we are moving towards what makes fashion too. In fact, the important brands we work with require products to be eco-sustainable so much that we have to declare it through signatures, so we are increasingly being pushed in that direction.
So the company is constantly growing and evolving, and the owner confirmed with great pride that he is satisfied with what he has achieved through this loan, and with all the efforts he has made to carry on his company. Despite the fact that nowadays the carpet textile industry finds itself in a situation of total decline, the Ulisse company remains a stable pillar of the economy of our city.
So I tell you one thing and I tell you with great pride. Ulisse Fashion Accessories is known all over the world, and as broad as it has been recognized by the city of Carpi, the name of Carpi all over the world, because Ulysses is really known all over the world. This has given us a lot of pride, and I must say that we have achieved the goal of giving continuity to the company. I have one of my sons here with me. He will take charge of the situation and we will continue, but in any case we try to set new goals every day in order to give continuity to the company. Our motto is to continue to believe in it, continue to invest, and we continue to do so. Fortunately, I have a generational change, my sons. I think I have shown it over the years that I believe in them.
Thanks for your attention. We wish you a good continuation of the day.